A young woman steps into an elevator, but she never steps out again. Her movements are strange. Her fear feels real. And what happens next will turn an ordinary hotel into one of the darkest mysteries in internet history. You're watching Crime HQ. This is the chilling disappearance of Elisa Lam. Before we go any further into this mystery, subscribe to Crime HQ, because every story has details the world tried to bury. Let's begin. Elisa Lam was born on April 30th, 1991, in Vancouver, British Columbia, Canada. To her family and friends, she was thoughtful, intelligent, and deeply introspective. Elisa was the type of person who lived largely in her own inner world, a world filled with books, poetry, photography, and personal reflection. She was a student at the University of British Columbia, where she studied psychology. But Elisa was more than just a student. She was a blogger, a traveler, and a young woman searching for meaning, identity, and purpose in a world that often felt overwhelming. Elisa openly documented her life online. On Tumblr and Blogspot, she wrote candidly about her struggles with bipolar disorder and depression. Her writing was raw, emotional, and painfully honest. She spoke about medication, relapses, moments of hope, and moments of despair. In many ways, her blog became a digital diary, a place where she could be her truest self. In early 2013, Elisa decided to take a solo trip across California. She wanted to explore new cities, meet new people, and step outside the boundaries of her routine. Her parents were hesitant but supportive, with one condition: Elisa must check in with them every single day. Elisa agreed. On January 22nd, 2013, she boarded a train and began her journey. No one knew that within weeks, her name would become one of the most chilling mysteries of the internet age. Elisa arrived in Los Angeles on January 26, 2013. She checked into the Cecil Hotel, located at 640 South Main Street in downtown Louisiana. To the casual tourist, the Cecil appeared like a historic, budget-friendly hotel. But beneath its faded elegance lay a dark and violent past. The Cecil Hotel had long been associated with crime, death, and tragedy. Over the decades, it had been the site of multiple suicides, unexplained deaths, serial killer activity, including connections to Richard Ramirez, the Night Stalker. By 2013, the Cecil had become a low-cost residence for transients, long-term residents, and tourists seeking cheap accommodation. Elisa was initially placed in a shared room, but within days, her roommates complained about her odd behavior. Staff moved her to a private room. No one documented exactly what that behavior was, only that something seemed off. In the days following her arrival, Elisa continued to behave normally, at least on the surface. She explored the city. She visited bookstores. She bought gifts for her family. She posted online. On January 31st, 2013, Elisa was last seen in public at the Last Bookstore, a popular independent bookstore in downtown LA. Employees later described her as friendly, outgoing, and completely normal. That same day, Elisa failed to check in with her parents. For the first time on her trip, she went silent. Her parents grew concerned almost immediately. When they couldn't reach her, they contacted the Los Angeles Police Department. Elisa Lam was officially reported missing on February 1st, 2013. The lab launched a missing persons investigation. Officers searched the Cecil Hotel room by room. They interviewed staff. They reviewed guest records. They brought in cadaver dogs. The dogs were taken to the roof. They showed interest, but no definitive alert. The rooftop itself was complex: locked doors, fire escapes, heavy water tanks used to supply water to the entire building. Investigators found nothing. Days passed, then weeks. Elisa Lam had seemingly vanished into thin air. On February 13th, 2013, the lab released a surveillance video from the Cecil Hotel elevators. What the public saw next would turn a missing persons case into a global obsession. The video showed Elisa Lam inside an elevator, but her behavior was disturbing. She pressed multiple buttons. She stepped in and out of the elevator. She hid in a corner. She peeked into the hallway as if someone or something was following her. Her hands moved strangely, almost unnaturally. She appeared to be talking to someone who wasn't there. The elevator doors refused to close. The video ended abruptly. The internet exploded. Within hours, the elevator footage went viral. Millions of people analyzed every frame. They slowed it down. They zoomed in. They created theories. Was Elisa being followed? Was someone just out of frame? Was this a paranormal encounter? A drug-induced episode? A psychotic break? YouTube channels, Reddit threads, and conspiracy forums were flooded with speculation. Some claimed the video had been edited. Others insisted Elisa was communicating with an unseen presence. A few believed the hotel itself was cursed. But one question haunted everyone. Where did she go after that elevator ride? On February 19, 2013, nearly 3 weeks after Elisa disappeared, guests at the Cecil Hotel began complaining. The water pressure was low. The water tasted strange. The water was discolored. Maintenance worker Santiago Lopez was sent to the rooftop to inspect the water tanks. When he climbed the ladder and opened one of the tanks, he saw something floating inside. It was Elisa Lam. Her body had been decomposing in the water tank that supplied the hotel. She was naked. Her clothes were found floating beside her. The discovery shocked the world. The rooftop door was locked. The water tank lid was reportedly heavy. There were no signs of forced entry, no obvious trauma. How did Elisa get there? The coroner ruled her death an accidental drowning, with bipolar disorder listed as a significant contributing factor. Toxicology reports showed no drugs or alcohol, only her prescribed medications, some of which were at subtherapeutic levels. This raised even more questions. Had she stopped taking her medication? Was she experiencing a manic or psychotic episode? And still, how did she climb into the tank? Despite the official ruling, theories persist to this day. 1. Mental health crisis. Many experts believe Elisa experienced a manic episode, became disoriented, and somehow accessed the rooftop. 2. Hotel negligence. Claims that rooftop access was easier than reported and security was inadequate. 3. Foul play. Though no evidence supports this, some believe someone else was involved. 4. Paranormal explanations. Fueled by the elevator footage and the Cecil Hotel's history, none have been definitively proven. Elisa Lam was 21 years old. She was a daughter, a student, a writer, a traveler. Her story is often sensationalized, but at its core, it is a deeply human tragedy, one that highlights the realities of mental illness, isolation, and vulnerability. Her parents later filed a wrongful death lawsuit against the hotel, which was ultimately dismissed. The Cecil Hotel has since been rebranded, but the mystery remains. Final thoughts. The disappearance and death of Elisa Lam continues to haunt the internet because it sits at the intersection of mental health, urban decay, digital voyeurism, and unanswered questions. Perhaps the most unsettling truth is that sometimes there is no grand conspiracy. Sometimes, the scariest stories are the ones rooted in real human suffering. And Elisa Lam deserved to be remembered not as a mystery, but as a person. But the questions, the footage, and the setting ensure that Elisa Lam's name will never be forgotten. If you or someone you know is struggling, you're not alone. Help exists, and reaching out can save a life. Thank you for watching Crime HQ. If this story moved you, subscribe for more true crime cases told with respect, depth, and truth. Until next time, stay aware, stay curious, and stay safe.